The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron 868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM. The Living Room, casual conversations on serious topics.
Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room.
It is now 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked onto the true nation station WACK 90.1 FM, where we are culture crazy. First and foremost, let's kick this off as we always do. Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always give thanks. Secondly, we had to say thank you to those that went before us, and we're not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and say it would be chest that Columbus lied, but also to our brother in music, Tony Prescott, where the P this week stands for Permit, Aaron, Permit. Permit is a good thing we start exactly at 6. Yeah. Because any 1 minute after 6, we would have had to pay 600 to get a new permit. That's right. Hey, but I was... Yeah, I've done a sense. Yeah.
Hey, you know, it's not just permit, but it's permission.
Also permit.
Because there was some action this weekend in our neighboring territory, and the man who initiated the action did not get the permission of Congress.
But apparently he said he didn't need the permission.
That's right. So permission could be a ticklish thing.
Anyway.
Hey.
Yeah. With that being said about Saturday morning, as at a birthday lime Saturday morning.
Right.
Pick up my brethren Zalon. Happy belated birthday.
Hey, Cricket Zalon?
Yeah, Cricket Zalon. Yeah.
Truth.
Right?
Z in A to Z of cricket?
Yeah.
Is Zalon. Aaron to Zalon.
Like, come on. We know we cricket. Right? And while leaving the lime at around 20 past 3, I checked my phone before I left. For two main reasons. One which I could say and one which I can't say. Right? The first reason, safety. Always. Second reason, I said, let me just see what's going on in the news around you. 3:20 or thereabout a.m. Saturday morning, I see bombs over Caracas. In a clever play of words of a Outcast song, bombs over Baghdad.
Yeah.
By the time I got home at 3:54, it was over.
Yep.
Now, over the months of postulation that a lot of us would have endured or put ourselves through, a lot of us would have thought this would have been a lengthy process. Or not. We don't know. Because it's beyond our control, beyond our remit.
It might be a little premature to say that it wasn't.
However, the first iteration of it, or the first instance of it, was short-lived. And we would hope that there is no second instance or second iteration, because safety is paramount. I remember when I worked at Shutdown back in like 2012 or something like that.
Doing accounts?
No, shucks, 2012, 2002 or no. 2004 or 6, somewhere around there.
Let me say you work at Shutdown.
Yeah, I work at Shutdown in energy.
As in you coordinate?
No, brother man, no. You pull valve and... Brother man, yes. Health safety and a shutdown. Okay. There's a few things about me you don't know.
Clearly.
And there's one of them is that I was a safety and a shutdown.
Clearly. But what are you going to do?
Right? And... Gosh, you forget my point now, debating that actually work at Shutdown, you know.
Safety is paramount.
Right. Safety is paramount. But my thing is, as I've learned when I worked that Shutdown and I wear the pattern on my coverall, safety is our number one priority.
All right, yeah.
Right?
So I'm like parked somewhere.
Yeah, I had the part somewhere, not the coverall, but the part.
Yeah, I actually cut out piece of the cut out I could put in that coverall. Yeah, now you could probably still fit in mine, but I'll get them away.
Brother man, your covers are probably baggy.
Yeah, based on the way we used to rock kits back then.
That's your point.
Yeah.
As well as a more fitted kit kind of guy.
Jeans and fitted. Yeah.
Then a white t-shirt, we did it.
I know he's a fashion piece too.
Nah. But with that being said, this is the living room on the True Nation station WACK 9.1 FM with yours truly Aaron 868. I remind you each and every time the calls here. It's my code, and I literally sit here alongside my bro with no fro, a lot of flow, always on the go and in the know.
Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage on the global stage.
And it's a new year inside the living room.
Yes, sir.
And we had to kick it off together, apparently.
Hey, what we gonna do again?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Aaron, it's kind of hypocritical to do a program called The Living Room and don't do it in the living room.
But there are times when, due to scheduling purposes, we have to do it in our own living rooms.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I could say I enjoy about the program. That regardless of time, space, location, we are always able to share the overall arching goal or the steps in achieving our goal inside the living room.
Yeah, we have a very transparent production process.
Yeah.
You know, as y'all have seen it from us going into the radio station and then having to record remotely,
The COVIDious times.
and then evolving living room into different types of formats, introducing different formats. That is what the P is for this week. Yeah,
What?
PH formats.
Brother man, that sounds chemical.
Yeah, that's about time to be talking about chemicals. Anyway, one of the things I want to reintroduce to the living room, Mr. Williams.
It's not the segments.
So hang your hat and wipe your feet there.
Okay. All right.
I feel when we do that, we kind of hone in on certain things and then we could free up for the rest of the episode. But when we don't do that, we just end up just arguing about the things that we wanted to wipe your feet on.
For the entire episode.
Yeah.
So, if we hanging hats,
You going first.
wow.
I set the tone. Set the tone, sir.
This week, I would like to hang my hat on the Ministry of Culture
Okay.
for in launching Carnival in Huddersfield.
Yeah.
They also would have taken the launch of Carnival to Moruga this weekend, coupled with the Guile of the Stick Fighter.
That's right.
So I applaud that because I applaud taking the Carnival to the different areas and regions that have their own thriving carnivals. So I hope before the season is out, they take something to San Fernando. But San Fernando does have a thriving carnival, if you don't know.
All right.
I think Arima has a thriving carnival as well. Barrackpore and those places for the kiddies carnival that they have.
Yeah.
But I doubt they could fit all inside the short season.
Then I end my generation.
How they going to do that, Carlo? Competing with everything else that the NCC and everybody else has going on.
Well, I guess it just giving people options to do more things in smaller gatherings.
As much as I understand that economies of scale is a huge thing.
I get you.
So I know we hanging our hat here,
Right.
but we're just saying if there's a NCC event or a Ministry of Culture event within your community, and if you are inclined, try to check it out. Most of them are free, I think.
Well, yeah, most of the things that's on the calendars are really more fun to encourage the community.
Right? And the only thing that we'll ask, if you do go to attend, at least patronize the Bowery food places.
Yeah, that is important because one of the things here, and I want to hang my hat, I guess. Guys, I cannot cop out if I just hang it with you. Anyway, but I will acknowledge that you were one of the people who years ago started speaking as to the importance of carnival events as being economic events.
Correct, yeah.
Right? And not just the promoter, but actually breaking it down to
The community.
communities that benefit all the vendors within the different elements of the production itself, as well as even the people like the makeup artists and the barbers, the taxi drivers, etc. The people who benefit from the individual preparation for an event.
Correct. Yeah.
So I don't, by the way, I just have a book here called We Like It So by one Terence Farrell. The Cultural Roots of Economic Underachievement in Trinidad and Tobago, which
Thanks.
you could look at it.
Thanks.
You could show the people the cover. Right?
We're going home with you.
Yeah, maybe in our next recording because I have to get through that.
Oh, you didn't finish reading it yet?
No, not yet. Right? That's why I'm here, right? If I'd finished reading it, it would have been there with the rest of the books in the bookshelf. Yes, I have a bookshelf. A lot of books, actually. And my plan is to get through a lot of books. A lot of very good books. I've read a book. You've read books. People read books and they're really good books. Excellent books. Some great books.
Yeah, I really think I'd read this. This looks interesting.
Yeah. And my intention for this year, as I said when we were wrapping up last year, was that I want to focus a little bit on economic advancement of not just, myself as an individual, but the spaces that I function in. Because people started in jobs last year that they did not finish in.
Correct.
I think
That thing is people started in jobs this year and they're not going to finish in it.
the year of January, they might not even anyway.
What happened today already? Anyway, yeah. Well, yesterday, sorry.
Yeah, but I want to hang my hat on actually you, the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago, because we've been hit with a lot recently. And while we do tend to cope with humor, I'm seeing that we can take things seriously.
Correct.
Over the past week and a half or 2 weeks, I have seen
Since December the 25th,
at
1:37 a.m.
an initial outrage at some of the things presented, but very healthy discourse about it coming out of some of these Christmas gifts and goodies that we've been getting as a nation. The things that have been doubling up, we've adjusted in some cases. I see people posting videos of driving only on the left side of the road.
Fun fact. Yesterday morning, I would have made a trek of the highway from Gasperillo straight up to Port of Spain and the reverse.
Yeah.
Now, two things for me on the highway. One, I was never a fast driver. However, I would overtake.
Okay.
I found myself not overtaken. Now, this is why I say it's twofold.
I'm listening.
One, the speed limit in Trinidad and Tobago is 100 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
If you are in the left lane driving at 100 kilometers per hour, then for me to overtake you, I have to surpass the speed limit.
There we go.
So what I'm saying is, it's all well and good to drive in the left lane because you see somebody get a ticket for not driving in the left lane. However, on dual carriage roads and highways, the left lane is not for you to drive at the speed limit.
Okay.
Because if you are driving at the speed limit in the left lane, for someone to overtake you, they have to surpass the speed limit, which puts them in a period of a position, of breaking the law.
Now, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Would you need to overtake someone who is driving at the speed limit for any reason other than your personal safety?
No, not necessarily. However, if everybody is driving at the speed limit in one lane, then anything goes wrong in that lane, it brings like a snake effect.
Yeah, but there's also a second lane that they could get into.
Right, but again, I just said, everybody driving at the speed limit in this lane.
Yeah.
For you to bypass anything that may be going wrong in that lane, you have to bypass the speed limit.
I get you.
But if everybody now on both lanes, right or left, is driving at the speed limit, then essentially the right lane, which is the overtaken lane, becomes an issue.
So what you're saying is we need a recommended limit that you drive at on the highway and then a maximum limit at which you're allowed to overtake.
Essentially, yeah. Now, I'm not saying there's another part of the law you need to develop. That's just personal responsibility there.
Yeah.
Where if you know you are driving in the left lane, don't drive at the speed limit. Because let's say somebody's in an emergency and has to bypass you. They could bypass you under the speed limit still and not get a ticket.
All right. I'm curious though. If we look, if the interest is in maintaining the law, then they're not supposed to be able to bypass it at 100. Why? What? I don't get how I drive slower in case somebody wants to overtake you, right? But if you're driving at the maximum speed that they're going to be driving at anyway, what is the issue?
Potholes. The state of the road. I didn't want to bring that up.
Oh, so you're trying to avoid saying what it is you really want to say anyway. We just take what you want to give me.
But I'm giving you all a fair fact, which is on a dual carriageway road. The left lane is the driving lane, and the right lane is the lane for overtaking. If you don't know, it's keep left except when overtaking.
Yeah.
But if you're in the left lane going at the speed limit, for me to go around you, I have to bypass the speed limit.
I hear what you're saying. I am hearing what you're saying. I want you to justify needing to overtake somebody when you're already at the maximum speed you're supposed to be traveling. So what you're saying is drive at 90, so if I want to overtake you, I could drive at 95
You
or
control. That's the thing.
Right.
The left lane is built for you to drive and cruise. The right lane is the overtaking lane.
So what you're saying is
So block. Don't drive at the speed limit in the left lane, and if you're in the right lane, don't block it up because you want to drive slower than the speed limit.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is because I telling you from how it went yesterday.
Yeah.
Everybody in the left lane, nobody wants to go over into the right lane to overtake.
Right,
But everybody in the left lane is driving at 100.
right. So why would you want to overtake when you're already at the speed you want to drive at?
Because there are points in the highway where it have dips in the road. It have some bad patches. So you may be a little more careful and want to avoid that bad patch.
Yeah, but have a whole lane for you to...
Right, and when you go in that lane, you're going to go over 100. Because the car that's in front of you, for you to get, when you go out, then you go in and basically be driving at the speed limit as well next to them.
But how are you going to catch up to them?
You all are both at,
I is a whole physics man, right? I is a physics man. So we are both driving at 100. You are doing something that I don't want to do. So I want to not do what you're doing.
yeah, right?
Put your lane and do it.
Right, but if this person maintains 100 here,
Right.
and I go in at 100,
Yeah.
how am I bypassing that?
You're not catching up to them because you're already at the maximum speed. Right, though, I was asking you, what is the bypass that you're talking about? What is the overtake that you're talking about?
That is the thing. We're going in the right lane for.
To get around the thing you wanted to avoid.
So how you getting around it if you do speed up to go past it?
You have to speed up to get around a pothole?
Now the pothole, we talk about the car, the car.
But what I'm asking you is, why would you need to overtake the car? If they drive
The person could be driving erratically.
And right, you realize I asked from the beginning, aside from personal safety,
Right.
what cause could you have for needing to overtake somebody who already at the maximum?
They could be driving erratically. You could realize that the person swerving or something of the sort. So it could be a matter of personal safety, or it could be a matter of urgency. That you could be in a medical emergency trying to get someone to a hospital and need to bypass.
Alright, so now we're looking at the ethics of breaking the law for a greater good.
I'm not talking about breaking the law, brother, man. But all I'm saying, it is
100 and you want to
right. But all I'm saying is here, why are you in the left lane driving at 100? The left lane is not built for that.
because there's a legal speed limit, they're allowed to drive at the maximum on either lane.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If you're driving,
But the right lane is the overtaking lane.
technically, back in the day when we only had a 2-lane highway,
Mm-hmm.
you had a lane,
Mm-hmm.
a cruise lane, and an overtake lane.
Right, which is what I just said, right?
But now we have all kind of 3-lane.
Right, but we're talking about the 2-lane part here. Let's discuss the 2-lane part. You cannot be on the left lane going at the speed limit because somebody has to overtake you. They have to bypass the speed limit over.
So what you're saying is you want more consideration from a driver.
Yes.
Would you drive up the highway at 90?
Brother man, I cruise up the highway at 89 today.
You just had to drop out a kilometer for emphasis.
No, straight. I cruise on the highway at 89. You know, I remember 89. I was bouncing between 88 and 80.
You weren't playing at all.
No,
You were.
I don't have that 2,000 to pay right now. But all I'm saying is, have a little personal responsibility in you.
Yeah,
That you need to remember the purpose of the lanes on the highway.
I get you.
The left lane, you can cruise. The right lane is for overtaking. Because when you're going on the highway, it says keep left except when overtaking. Do I have to be driving at the speed limit in the left lane so anybody has to overtake you for whatever reason they may deem fit to have to bypass our speed limit?
Very curious. How parts of the creek that you can overtake?
One particular part of the creek.
Okay, cool. Just putting it out there that how much money you spend on a... Anyway, that's not what we're here for. Right, so I hang in my
It's unfinished fix yet.
hat to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago for taking things serious.
I'm using the indicator and thing, you know.
Listen, you know what's the funny thing about it? We've spoken about this before on so many occasions that now that we see what it looks like,
It's weird.
it hard to absorb.
It's weird.
But we've been asking for the accountability, we've been asking for the enforcement of certain legislation, but seeing it is kind of uncomfortable because it's a culture shock. Is it the type of thing that you think 6 months later,
Hopefully.
because the Prime Minister has said that if by the middle of the year, the end of the first half of the year, she sees statistics that would support belief that there's changed behavior,
Firstly,
there will be adjustments.
for you to tell me that, you need to tell me now what is the baselines.
So you want the KPB to hit your KPI?
Yeah, I need KPIs. Because you can't tell me if we decrease in 6 months, it will change. It will go to less than it was before. What I'm saying is, tell me, okay, we issue 100 tickets for speeding, 100 tickets for driving on the phone, 100 for this, 100 for that. So now I have a clear indication that in 6 months, if we even go down to 95, it is a decrease.
So you want a specific, measurable...
Yeah, measurable standards, deliverables.
I was going for smart, but
Hmm?
you get the gist. Yeah, that is not unreasonable. That is not unreasonable.
So again, I'm not knocking it or making it political or anything like that. All I'm saying is if a statement like that is made, hit me numbers. You can't tell me, you know what, we're going to increase the speed limit. Okay, great, so what?
right.
You need to give people numbers to know, do we increasing the speed limit from 100 to 120? No, I just postulated that. That did not happen. But 100 to 120, so you know now it goes from 100 to 120. Whereas you tell me, if it decrease, no, tell me, if it decreases from 100 of this, 100 of this, 100 of that, 100 of that, then we could look at revising figures. They're like telling the child, if you do better in tests, we could buy you a bike. How I do last time, mommy? Don't worry about that. If you do better, the child do better. But, nah, but they didn't do better enough for them. So you look, I'm buying no bike fare. You know much time I probably get you enough with that inlet?
I want to say better enough, you know. But that's a good point. I can't argue that.
As make them sometimes.
No, I mean, more than you think, you know. Otherwise, good. I've probably replaced one of the two of us already.
What I believe.
Yeah, wait, what you saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not upset about some of the things that I'm seeing because unfortunately, I remember the first time I encountered the word draconian. It was in standard too. Right? Big up Mr. Alfonso.
Wait.
Scipio.
You passed through Alfonso too?
I mean, yes.
Where's it thing that is balanced the plane?
You think that is balance a plane?
Yeah, like a
The fulcrum?
he say if you ever remember that is an old man.
Wow. Thanks, eh?
I said I'm good there.
Thanks. But hey, they pivot. What
Literally.
So that it there. One of the things I remember was thinking that I am a bit of a stickler for order. And one of my concerns about even things like entering leadership or politics or anything like that was the possibility that I might function in a draconian fashion. So in the later stages of my life relative to then, I started looking at I can't say the later compared to now, because now is later than then, but today later than today as late as I go get. So I started considering, well, what motivates behavior? Because if you could get people to change behavior of their own inclination, you don't need to
Enforce methods.
you don't need to enforce. Now, I mean, that I going from being draconian to being idealistic, but the thing is, we hope that if people know better, they will do better. The reality is that it is not so. Behavior is the type of thing that is addressed mostly by consequence.
Correct.
Right? Either a reward or punishment. It really boils back down to
Have on the dogs. Have love on the dogs.
yeah. At the end of the day, the bell ring, the dog drew. So even absence of consequence, just the concept of consequence was enough to
True.
dribble, to drew.
Yeah.
So moving into what we've seen happen is, we've been begging people for years to be better citizens and to be more responsible, to take personal responsibility, but we've also called on our authorities to do their jobs.
Correct.
And now we are seeing, the curious thing about it here is I wonder how much better received these things would have been had they been enforced at the existing level, as opposed to the limits being raised and then it being enforced.
You know what I would have loved to see? If there was a better level of communication and edifying about these things before they were raised.
Now we're drifting into proper wiping your feet.
Yeah, because one of my big things is, now I'm not a stickler for communication, as I understand gaps in communication sometimes benefit.
We're going to come back to that, but I'm listening.
Right? But what I am is one that believes that you need to educate people to get buy-in.
Yeah.
So, if you, like put it this way, if me trying to get Cardo to come on this show required me telling him, Cardo, here what's going on. This is what we're looking for. Now the gap in communication is saying, Cardo, right? I'm bringing you on. I ain't sure if we're going to keep you on. But I can't tell you that at the start, because if I tell you,
You might encourage me.
I might discourage you. So that is why I'm saying gaps in communication can't help.
Sounds a little manipulative, huh?
No, I don't find that to be manipulative.
You don't have to find it to be manipulative.
It's like a probation period, Vapu.
Well, you don't think it more fair, right, to let a party know what the parameters of the function are?
If I didn't know the parameters, how I could tell you?
Well, then let me know that you don't know.
So then it's better just don't say nothing.
In some cases, I guess.
But gaps in communication again.
I love how you did that. Well played, sir. Well played.
And then better. Right? So we bring in Cardo in the living room. We don't know how long he go and stay on. So you leave out that part. Cardo, but I need it to come. Cardo, I need it to come in the living room, right? I need a chief. I need a co-host. I need it to come on, right?
Yeah.
But in coming on here, what we're going to do? The show is currently heading in this direction.
Yeah.
But we need a change of direction for the show, so that if you choose to stay on, or if you get to stay on, we have a direction we go in, right? Now this is me telling you, giving you, this is how we was going, this is where we looking to go. So I'm giving you context, right, for your buy-in, so that now we are making the show our own. When we make the show our own, and it now becomes, well, Cardo is a fixture in the show, well, it becomes, hey, here's we thing, so this is how we going. Where's your input on this? It got buy-in, didn't it?
So use Kaiser Sose in this thing then.
Was a
The Kaiser Sose?
no.
Alright. We'll get into that. Well, I said is using mastermind.
Yeah.
You knew if you invited me in. Oh, was this hypothetical or you just showing?
Hypothetical, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was a confession that the original invitation to the living room was with aspirations of taking over the show in a particular direction, and that I was an unwitting participant now.
No.
But if it was so, you would have more than earned my respect. Like you would have earned my outright admiration. I would have stopped this and slow clap.
No, but you see the funny part of it all is that the next part of this, beside the buy-in, is understanding that there's a level of succession in it.
Right.
Where I get the buy-in, so eventually me, the person who would have birthed the idea, could say at some point, hey, this is as far as I could have taken it. Let me now hand it over to someone else for them to take it further.
Mm-hmm.
So why I use that as the example is because what we need to do as a country as a whole, get the buy-in for people so that if when it goes on to later times and you have to make further changes, it's not that people still coping with the first change.
Okay. All right. I get you.
So once we not coping with that first change 5 years down the road, whatever, shouldn't I use 5? Once we not coping with that first change 3 years down the road,
Yeah.
then implementing another change on top of that is going to be easier because the first change was already accepted.
So this whole rip off the bandage thing, you not feeling that at all?
No, I don't. I accept it for some things, but not all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't also accept beta testing, where you give me instances of something, say, nah, that's not what I was going to do, and then come back later and do the same thing. Don't beta test information on me. I am not one of the mice inside the thing. I am a big man. Not tall, but as a big man.
Yeah, it has something I want to say, and all my alarms going off and saying those things. So I'm going to just acknowledge that as citizenry, we've behaved in very childish manners, and one of the reasons that people feel comfortable treating us like children is because we've been acting like children.
Sad to see, I agree with that statement.
I'm really grateful the alarms went off before what the original thought was came out. Like,
I understand that to an extent.
Yeah.
Now, the sad part about it is we also have to accept that for society or citizenry to mature, you need to give them the opportunity to mature.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you constantly treat me like a child, even in a home, as a parent, if you keep treating a child like a child, your child will always be a child. At some point, you have to allow that child to grow up within the home and take responsibilities for certain things. I know you always say, Ricardo, you're not raising the children to be children, you're raising them to be adults.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100 out of 100. Because what happens is you baby your children, and then when they hit a marker, you decide at that point in time they're supposed to function as an adult. But the marker is something arbitrary, like when you finish school, or when you turn 18, or when you this, that, or the other. But there is no there's no spectrum of behavior or expectation. You are treated this way until this happens. And that has not worked.
Now, the thing about it is, as much as I believe in you're raising adults and not children, I also believe in the concept that you have to let children be children.
Yeah, completely.
So, funny enough, my neighbor used to complain when her dog used to bark.
Right.
And I used to jokingly tell her, you need to let the dog. Because it's a dog.
Yeah.
If a dog go bark, is a dog a dog? Yeah, just say dog right plenty.
No. I ride there with you. And again, repetition for emphasis is emphasis.
But it's similar concept. You need to let your child be a child as well.
As a literary tool you're using. Oh, fine. Yeah, let your child be a child as well.
Same way, how even as adults, you have to let adults. Because you know there's a big thing now, adulting is hard.
Yeah.
Or as some people say, adulting is ghetto.
0 stars.
Right here, man.
Not recommend.
Yeah, but to the children who may be listening, please enjoy your childhood as long as possible. Don't rush to be grown up.
Yeah, the whole idea that you could stay up how late you want. I mean, then again, to children nowadays, you still have to suffer them thing. Like,
I wouldn't know.
anyway, but yes, adulting is not what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, adulting is hard.
It is difficult. And we'll say too, one of the challenges with adulting, Aaron, is that everybody's inner child matures at a different rate.
Correct.
And even if you start to adult successfully, being a part of a community means you have to deal with other people who might not necessarily be adults in the way that you would. And having to learn how to play well with others,
Yeah, boy.
especially when some people's inner child is still in control and they haven't actually matured into that. They haven't matured beyond whatever arrested development they might be stuck in. Expectation is a hell of a thing. And one of the reasons I was saying that putting somebody or inviting somebody into a situation without letting them know the parameters, that cat and bag thing, it gives people sometimes the wrong expectation. And they come into a situation, realize it's water more than flour, and or it have more in the mortar than the pestle. But the thing is that there are a lot of analogies for it for a reason. And being blindsided by a situation that you, by all rights, should have been able to choose to enter or not, it, while it's necessary to layer your buy-in at times, it could also be detrimental to the development of whatever it is you're trying to do. Right? I wanted to hang my hat originally on the young people who still getting married. Like I have utmost respect for the people who are looking at the way the world is and the way that things are going and the challenges that they're facing and saying, you know what, I want to try to do this with someone.
You know who I want to, as you saying that? I want to hang my hat on those who still having kids.
You know what's kind of sad?
What's that?
You have had desires to parenthood, and now you kind of looking at it like you're suiting them, like
No.
good for all, yeah.
No, I'm not saying good for all, but meaning that given the economic situations, some people would say very one is enough.
And that is causing a crisis of its own.
I'm not going to say that. But to know that people still willing to say, hey, I want to take the risk. Because we also have to accept that pregnancy is a risk. Right? So take the step to go and bring someone into the world, and given the economic climate where the cost of living is rising, I applaud you all, and you remember that you need a support system with it. Not financial I'm talking about here.
No, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone. What I will say is that some of the situations that life presents aren't ideal. And for those of us who have support systems, let us not take them for granted.
Right?
Right? Ingratitude, worse than obia. Speaking of
Sorry, say that again.
ungrateful, worse than obia.
Ungratefulness.
Ungrateful.
Worse than witchcraft.
Yeah.
Say the right thing though.
We're both correct.
Well, no, say the right.
There's a difference between ungrateful, worse than obia, and ungratefulness, worse than witchcraft.
It's more palatable.
Palatable?
Yeah.
All right, brother man, I hear you.
Yeah.
But was the point made?
Well,
Was the point made? No, it wasn't made until you made it.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
as Kenny.
Well, remember, you senior, you know.
As Kenny.
Yeah, you senior.
It's not seen like Kenny, but
Moments and citizens and all those things. What I'm saying is that different people have different challenges to navigate, and they aren't always equipped with the things that they would need. All right, let's have a little grace as well. Let's have a little grace, because
have a little faith in me.
you do what you have to do, bro. Nah. But now I put my feet on a bank, on a particular bank. I don't want to do it too loud because I'm money for them. But I've heard a horror story, Mr. Williams, of an ATM card getting stuck at one of the satellite locations. And because it's a satellite location, there's a contractor who retrieves these cards.
You're right, I know about that. I used to work in the bank.
And there was the estimated times
3 to 4 weeks.
is, well, I hear 2 to 3 weeks. However, I hear 2 to 3 weeks, and the 2 to 3 weeks pass and the person still ain't get back the bank card
3
yet.
to 4 weeks, right?
Right? So we're looking at why in 2020, well, now 6, but it happened at late 2025. Your options are wait 3 weeks
Or get a new card, cancel the
or
card, and then
cancel and pay for a new card.
someone is capitalism.
Like, this is not it.
It's capitalism, Cardo.
It is not it. I'm uncomfortable when I hear things like that. There has to be a better way for things to be done than these types of. When there's penalty for a systemic problem, I dare say that is now predatory. When you charging people for failures in your system, I consider that predatory. But there's a reason I didn't call names, because I don't like to iron. And I only had 2 screws, not court screws.
But one of the fun says, what is calling names in a situation when there is an issue at hand bad?
No, I am all for accountability. However, this is a story that was related to me.
Because if it was your bank card,
If it was my bank card, I would have been able to come out and besides, the way I would have done it was I would have said, on December the 11th, at so-and-so location, this, that, and the other happened. Because in the specificity, you cannot deny or discount my account. Facts are stubborn things. But if somebody tell me a story, then I being very mindful, because even this recording that we have here, Aaron, if someone immediately at the end of the recording asks us for an account of it, we're going to give different accounts. Your experience creates a very subjective recall. So for me, when I recalling, I like data. You know how you like numbers when it comes to KPIs, promises? I like data when it comes to story. I can tell a story without one, but the devil in the details too. So I wouldn't say this bank, that, and the other, because next thing, them write me a letter asking for more information on the situation. I know I can't provide it. And then they come out to tell me, well, I make a defamatory statement. Or I accuse them of predatory practices.
if any bank in Trinidad and Tobago wants to sponsor the living room, you can contact WAC 90.1 FM 652-9774.
Yeah, I am mad at that either. You'd be surprised. I will champion your victory. I will champion the victories. And very, very discreetly point out ways in which you could improve. Because, yeah, you're like, we could do it, we could do that sponsor, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saying that the goal for 2026, gas sponsor.
Yeah, let's get a sponsor. Because that would allow us to cut to commercial breaks and those types of things. We wouldn't just
So you won't have to be talking for hours straight and
yeah.
what is it's sapping me mouth on.
Did you lip white like with biting chalk?
Or you was batting with the West Indies. But then again, you don't bat that long in with it.
See, I mean,
Anyway, but all in all, 2026 is something we are looking forward to inside the living room. Not just here, but also within our personal endeavors as well. With that being said, on Friday we are at the John Cupid Carnival Village for the launch. I think that's at 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. Something p.m. Just hear what? Tune in to WAC from now till Friday.
yo, I see, then again too, you know, you can't trust these.
Hey, whoa.
So I see 7 p.m. at Queen's Park Savannah.
Right, cool. So tune in to WAC from 7 a.m. Friday.
But you play anything. What I think I'm going to look up WAC and see if they have any posters.
Oh, you need to check NCC.
Yeah, they don't. I think I follow NCC, you know.
You're supposed to be following NCC.
You know what I suggest, ladies and gentlemen, that you do follow NCC_TT. That's the National Carnival Commission. That's their Instagram page. And yeah, this is The John Cupid Carnival Village. January 9th, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Queen's Park, Savannah, Port of Spain. Yeah, you're gonna love this.
You know what else you gonna love? I don't know. I don't know what else. The NCC have a lot of things coming up. So, and I think Saturday is small band finals of Panorama. Let me check that.
Don't make joke. Well, I write there. I'm gonna see if they have anything for it.
Oh, you don't have it up already?
No, see that calendar here. What's the date? So Saturday will be what?
I don't know. I think the 10th? If Friday, isn't it?
I'll see in Saturday to Thursday to January, Friday night.
And Trindico. Is that be now where all be?
Hey, Saturday. Saturday 10th January. National Panorama Small Conventional Finals at Skinners Park, San Fernando, 7 p.m. I'm also seeing Welcome to the Gael, Debe Junction.
I had to go in, David.
Yeah.
Right on by me there?
Right on by you, Debe.
I'm going.
You going?
I don't fancy stick fighting though.
You don't fancy it to go?
Yeah, Saturday's small band fan finals.
Alright.
If you're so inclined.
Yeah, I'll probably be in one or the two of them.
Stick fighting. You'll be in stick fighting.
I'll be in sit right.
Yeah, I'll be in stick fighting. I could tell around one. I'll around for sure.
Yeah.
It won't be in pan.
Sounds. You're bright for that, though, Mr. Williams. You're bright for that.
Yeah, it won't be in pan.
Yeah. Hey, Ole, Aaron, you said something that Apostle was saying a lot, and I think it really starting to sink in now. But you know, you say you had to let the dog. Yeah. We have to let people be people.
People are the people.
However, it also means you are the you.
And I had a me.
You are the you.
I had a me.
Right? Yeah, let people be people, but you be you.
No, I have to me.
You have to you.
Yeah.
You had a you.
I have to me.
You have to me.
No, I have to me. Say it with me.
I
Have
to
me.
me.
Yeah.
I have to me.
Yeah.
I do have to Aaron. And Aaron do have to Ricardo.
I have to me.
I have to me.
And why I say that is because one of the things you should strive for within this year is to be a good version of yourself. I'm not going to say the best version of yourself, huh? Because best is relative. Start with good, move to better, and then eventually best.
I saw a meme the other day.
No, Lord Father.
It said that everything is useful for something, even as a bad example.
Oh, here now. I have real bad examples in my life. I do not like.
The things that would slip out of my mouth if it wasn't for these handbrakes, these mental handbrakes.
Listen, I have real bad examples in my life. I'm not gonna lie. And not bad examples in terms of bad apples, but bad examples in terms of experiences which I would have endured that taught me not to do certain things again.
As I say, apples. I had two apples in the fridge, so I was to offer you one.
That green apple?
A red one.
Oh, no, thank you.
You're not on a light.
I'm trying a diet. I was told that I'm on a diet.
Hey! Okay. Noted.
Yeah, right.
Alright. And y'all, I have offered Aaron a choice of room temperature water, cold water, tea, coffee, a ginseng even, right? A pack of nuts, an apple, or a tree granola bar. The man refused everything.
I tried.
Everything. So if all in seeing any bottles or glasses, my word.
It's today's day too.
I get you, but Aaron, I read some coffee off set and it cold away.
You know, that's good. That's why it's second cup for the day.
Yeah.
That's 1 cup too many.
I mean, we're talking about the average low consummation is 1 to 4.
By whose standards?
By the people and them who put the things on the internet.
Just
standard.
like all the people and them who put that BMI thing.
Yeah, them.
That was saying is you had to check on that region.
For coffee, that's what I have to do.
Yeah, you could do that after.
How long we talking? 40, 50, nearly 50 minutes, and I not a sip of my coffee. That is probably why my handbrakes work.
Good point. It make it work better.
You sure? Because when I do have my coffee is when
these jump off the rails too, like that one episode where we get calls after. Yeah.
But that wasn't even anyway. Cool. Like
Again, we real tone it down inside the living room. I as we come to the end of this episode, because so for this carnival season, it's a short season. So carnival is a sprint, not a marathon this year.
Oh yeah, it's a sprint this one.
It's a sprint this
Run.
year, right?
Run.
So for the end of every episode, we're going to try to do one calypso.
Yeah.
One calypso to end off every episode. We had even do an episode where we just do calypsos.
And run some commentary.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's. That's not bad.
Let's do that a week, right? Because as I said last week, Friday, soca again play everywhere.
Right.
Let we focus on calypsos.
So I am intrigued. I am intrigued by the Kaiso space. Let's playing songs Friday, and then hearing the songs afterwards, and even in some cases, hearing the artists themselves perform or speak. It was like, wait, nah. It's true, Kaiso, our stories are told.
By Kaiso.
By Kaiso,
Yeah.
our stories are told. So it's not true?
No, by.
It's by Kaiso.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's the difference between true and by? Because you know in most languages they're interchangeable. You know? Anyway, we're not going on that road. What I'm saying is that the different stories we're telling create culture. They create culture. And I'm very interested in contributing to creating culture. Not necessarily by jumping out of that Kaiso, because I don't know if I could afford. No? All right. Yeah, on the advice of my good friend here, I'll probably just play music when I get a chance for that song. Yeah. You see? There's why we make a good team, right? Because I just have these wild, outlandish ideas, and then Aaron is just be the voice of reason, keeping me grounded. Yeah. Because tables is too, right? Because if I can tell you the amount of wild ideas Aaron had, right? Because this is what teamwork is about now. It's not just, you making up your mind about something and you're running off with it. It's about collaboration. It's about communication. It's about something else that starts with C and end on Asian. This is one of my brightest moments. You see what happened when the coffee overdue? Father, help your children.
Help Ricardo.
That's what's going on here. But we are perilously close to the...
Yeah. We're not perilously close to the hour, but as I said, we want to end with calypso, so we need to get the calypso time to play.
Yeah. Well, then we're perilously close to the end of the show. So I'm going to take the lead and just thank you guys for joining us in the living room. Right, this is Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage and the global stage. Yes, I still have 10 city intentions. But guys, the hourglass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains. What are we doing? Be good and stay safe. Yes, Carnival is a sprint this year, but don't overdo. Hear what?
Usain Bolt trained for 4 years to run 100 meters in the Olympics.
Right.
You wasn't training for 4 years to run a 4 weeks sprinting for the carnival.
Better you jog than you run. Jog and finish rather than you run and done.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So, Aaron?
With that being said, this is your show, the Aaron 868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code. Love is a currency, so spend some today. Let somebody know you love them. No Friday Night Lime this Friday, as we're going to be up there at the John Cupid Carnival Village launch. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there, but Cardo will be there. Not in front of the camera, behind the camera.
You sure could I drop a Kaiso,
No, brother.
Like whatever.
Oh, you know you could drop the Kaiso?
And
drop it to somebody.
So what you're trying to say is my tune ain't good enough to get played, right? I had to go through the station like everybody else. You can't just trust my tune to be big. And for those of you who listening to the radio, WAC 90.1 FM, and can't see Aaron's incredulous expression, you might hear him blinking because he's blinking hard. He blinking hard.
Brother man, that reminds me of that one time I tried to do an extemp. Just remember, not everything is for everybody.
That's right. Aaron, you had to let the people and you, Aaron, now.
No, I will meet.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I will meet. Keep it locked. Mr. Desmond is up next with Kaiso City. I think that's what you're calling it. But you go and play music from 7. So make sure and keep it locked. Yeah.
This is a call for peace. This is a call for peace. We want peace in the region. Peace in the Caribbean. want to fight. I can't understand. We don't want no missile or no big bomb show. Let the beach stay clean. No blood must flow. Tell them world leaders, we're not good for we. We want to live in peace and harmony. Tell them world leaders, we're not good for we. We want to live in peace and harmony. We don't want no war here in TNT. We are be so peaceful like the Salvation Army. We don't want no war. I telling you frank, the only missiles that we have is exploding gas tanks. Tell USA and Russia, we don't want no war. Tell Iran and tell China, we don't want no war. We don't want to fight with Venezuela. We don't want no war. Tell them to change this mad behavior. What the hell we fighting for? Peace in the region, peace in the Caribbean. Hey, Grenada say peace, Barbados say peace. Hey, Trinbago and Venezuela mix up like a callaloo. Have diplomatic relations since 1962. They are our neighbors that we love so dear. Every single day, I beg us come and live here. They love to baila, to we sweet soca. We does enjoy the empanada. How the hell we going on war with them when we have such a great cultural blend? Tell them we don't want no war here in TNT. We are me so peaceful like the Salvation Army. We don't want no war. I telling you frank, the only missiles that we have is exploding gas tanks. Tell USA and Russia, we don't want no war. Tell Iran and tell China, we don't want no war. We don't want to fight with Venezuela. We don't want no war. Tell them to stop the mad behavior. What the hell we fighting for? We want peace in the region, peace in the Caribbean. Hey, Antigua say peace, Grenada say peace, Barbados say peace. All we want is people of the Caribbean. We want to be free. Peace is the song that we want playing constantly. We jam into reggae, steel pan and calypso. I sing in this song to let the world know we want peace in this region. We don't want no dropping of bombs. We want peace in this region. Tell them to turn their warships around. We don't want no war in the Caribbean. We just want to party, free up and have fun. We don't want no war. I telling you frank, the only missiles that we have is exploding gas tanks. Tell USA and Russia, we don't want no war. Tell Iran and tell China, we don't want no war. We don't want to fight with Venezuela. We don't want no war. Tell them to stop their mad behavior. What the hell we fighting for? We want peace in the region, peace in the Caribbean. Grenada say peace, Barbados say peace, TNT say peace, Antigua say peace. All we want is peace. All we want is peace. This is a call for peace.